Hello, beautiful Lovetarians. This is Natalia and Cecile coming from the Lovetarian Way to you. We are walking the walk and talking the talk of the Lovetarian Way. Right, girl?
Oh, yes.
And we want to welcome all beautiful souls that have the possibility to join us live. We know that we are in this group spread throughout all time zones, so we understand that this live sometimes is going to be watched later on. We just want to say, for those who are live with us, if you would like to leave a comment, and we would love to know what your name is, please give StreamYard, this software, permission to show your name so we can interact with you. We don't have a habit of interacting while we're speaking because we want to be very present with you, but we'll address all the comments after. Yes, Miss Admin?
Yes, of course. And you can find our lovely videos in guides number 13. We used to call them units. Facebook changed the name. So remember, if you're looking at other lives, it's not a unit, it's a guide now. It will guide you through our lives.
That's right, that's right. And very important thing for you to know is like, okay, I'm 40, almost 45, young. Cecile is what, 10 years younger, more or less?
Counting 43. Ooh, still in my mind. 25.
How old are you? How young are you?
43, no, 34. Oh my God.
What's she talking about? That's what I'm saying. We have a very interesting dynamic because, I am 11 years older than you are, and my husband is 11 years older than I am, and I have a very close partnership with my husband. We work together, we're soulmates, we're besties. So we have actually 3 decades, right, between us. And your husband, Cecile, is also in this time. So we're covering 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, of course, from other lifetimes. So we can pretty much relate to the people in our, so to speak, age group. And that's a big scope, yeah? And we know those pains that you guys are going through and the rebirths of different decades, right?
Yes, it's an ongoing process, and it will always continue, and you will keep rebirthing.
That's
like
right.
My beautiful muck with the flower, with the butterflies.
Oh, so pretty. Cool. Yeah, because the logo of the Lovetarian Way is a butterfly. And during, what was it, last year in May, more or less, I got the vision of the Lovetarian Way during a very deep trance. And there I saw us, all of us. I mean, of course, it was me. However, if you have been following the Lovetarian Way for quite some time, you know that I am you and you are me. We are all one beautiful energy. So I saw myself as the representation of the whole universe that stems from within me. And actually, I saw this butterfly coming out of the cocoon. And behind me, you can see the logo. I don't know if you can see because it's pretty much zoomed in, but it's a beautiful big butterfly that comes out of this unity and balance between all our energies and elements. And it's spreading its wings to rebirth, right? And today we're going to be talking about your rebirth on the Lovetarian Way. What does it mean to you, Cecile?
For me, rebirthing, for me personally, it meant thinking differently and looking differently at life and changing my thoughts and beliefs and changing my programming, letting go of past, letting go of guilt, letting go of fear. Sure, I still have it sometimes because it's an ongoing process, of course.
Yes.
And then I work on my Ho'oponopono, then I work on some amazing tools you always shared with me. For me, it's daily rebirthing, daily changing my thoughts, changing my habits, becoming a better me, actually.
That is a very interesting That is a very interesting point that you mentioned, because when people saw the topic, they thought that rebirth is going to be this grand thing. However, for me, that can be mini and really huge process. So it's like never-ending, perpetual thing. Every day when I wake up, it's a rebirth for me.
Yes.
And every day when I wake up, I actually say the prayer from the Sophia Code. I don't know if you know this sacred text written by Kaira. Divine Mother, take me to that place deep within my womb where I can know nothing and be reborn anew. Because in essence, when you wake up, when you close your eyes at night, you don't know if you're going to wake up, do you?
No. No.
So when you wake up next morning, you have a choice. There's always a choice to be present in this very moment and choose new thoughts, new feelings, or we're going to be replaying the old stories, right?
Yeah, completely. For me, it's the same. You rebirth daily. You rebirth every second for me.
Exactly. So it's a beautiful opportunity to do it over and over and over again. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm too old to do this. Excuse me, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're living, that you can always do it.
And you're never too old to learn. Never. You learn.
Never.
You experience different things.
I was attracted to this book, very interesting reading by psychologist Adam Grant. It's called Think Again. It really encourages us and shows so much science into neuroscience and psychology, how we as a society are so stuck to thinking the same way. Because let's say, for example, we know now that quantum physics is the physics, right? But are all the textbooks updated already? And are the children in school learning that we are one energy and that universe is infinite rebirthing? No, I don't think so. And how long has this been discovered? Over 100 years ago when Max Planck first postulated this, right? So we're so stuck to old beliefs, or people who are, writing their textbooks, they are oftentimes very stuck to not having this republished or changed because their careers are built on it. And that is sad, that as a society, our ego grabs us so much that we're not willing to rethink and reborn and do it again, right?
Completely agree. Also, I'm teaching my children to think differently. Sometimes Carmen, for example, she's 7 and she is verbally more able to express her feelings than our son, he's 4. And she sometimes comes home and she's like, yeah, but my friend said that I'm not a good artist, but I am, but I didn't like her work. And I'm like, honey, if you think at the concept of artist, yeah, I said, did you love what you were doing? Yes. I said, did your friend love what she was doing? Yes. I said, sometimes you don't really agree on the same picture, but you can still love the fact that you're both loving the thing you're doing together. Everybody loves something different, but it's still beautiful. She's like, huh. I said, and how would you feel when your friend said to you, it's not nice when you made that picture? Yeah, sad. I said, and why would you do the same to your friend? Huh. I'm like, think about that, honey. Think about how, coming back to pillar 2, think about how you want to be feeling and how you want your friend to be feeling.
Do you want to remind what the pillar 2 of the Lovetarian Way is?
Yes, the golden rule. Don't do upon
others
what you don't wish to be done upon you.
More or less, yes.
I find it always...
Well, of course, you may not make the speaker, and it's not exactly the easiest formula to say, but bottom line, be a good dude and do that, because you don't want to do to others what you don't want done to yourself. And since we are all one, anyway, you're really, at the end of the day, kicking your own butt, aren't you?
Yeah. I know this one in Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for saying.
Yeah, I'm Polish, Cecile is Dutch, so if we're speaking funny English sometimes, well, cut us some slack, huh?
Yes. Yeah, so she's thinking differently, and every day we have conversations about this. I do find it important that they learn things, how to read and write, and for example, math, but for me, it's not the The main thing is to love yourself, to love unconditionally others, and be a Lovetarian. Take responsibility for your life. And that's pillar 1. Take responsibility for your life is pillar 1. Pillar 2, that she lives by the golden rule. Pillar 3, that she sees everything as a miracle. And pillar 4, the Lovetarian nourishment. And we're doing this. We are teaching our kids this. We are teaching them to daily that they live by these, not rules, but
pillars, principles. Yeah.
Principles. It improves your life.
No, 100%.
Huge.
100%. So I suppose we can say that your rebirth on the Lovetarian way, what we mean by that is that we encourage everyone to really be open, not to be attached to any concept. And mind you, we're not being selective here. We don't tell you to be attached to the 4 pillars. This is something we have found out on our journey to serve us very well. If you find something else that works for you and is making you feel like you one with divine and you are having a full expression of yourself and your love embodied, your higher self is playing its music through you, more power to you. We believe that the 4 pillars that came through us are encompassing the whole shebang, actually. I'm sure there are 4 pillars, but there's obviously more mini little points under those 4 pillars. And they are pillars, they are strong, but the pillars can be built upon.
Yeah.
We are not going just to be, if there will be an epiphany or intuitive calling or something that needs to be tweaked or adjusted, we are going to be movable. We're not going to be stuck. We will rethink, reframe, and adjust.
Rebirth.
Rebirth. We will rebirth it again. Exactly. And think about it, Lovetarian. How would your life be? Whatever situation you're in and you're suffering, how would your life be if you just ask yourself a question? Do you know for sure that it is true what you are thinking? Do you know for sure that you need to keep thinking that? Do you know for sure that you need to keep doing or feeling those things? Who says that you need to? The power of those questions. When the rule is in psychology, when you ask a question, your mind already is looking. You keep asking those questions, empowering questions. The quality of your questions defines the quality of your life. I believe Tony Robbins said that, and it is so powerful and so true. Imagine the questions. Why is my life so poopy? Why is my life so wonderful? It's like Einstein said. You can decide if it's a loving universe or the universe is against you. So which one is it going to be? I paraphrased, right? Is this a loving universe? Is this so for you? Or is it the opposite, right? Well, we know what we're choosing every day, right?
Yes. I'm choosing a miracle. I'm choosing positivity. I'm choosing to look differently than the poop.
Yeah, but positive thoughts, positive feelings, positive actions, because at the end of the day, it's not only about sitting on your butt and thinking and feeling, and so you need to move to action. But what a difference. The quality of your life would be so different when you take actions that are inspired, that are coming from that place of strength and connection, right? And confidence. We talked about confidently walking the Lovetarian way. Yes. It's that conviction that you are one with your higher self. You are guided, you are guarded, you are enlightened. Whoa, what a difference does that make, huh?
Indeed, it makes a huge difference. And if you have a feeling for the day that you won't survive, you have poopy feelings or poopy thoughts.
It's our favorite word.
Yeah. Just go outside, connect with nature, see the beauty, see what's around you, connect with it. Then you're giving yourself love. You're loving the earth, you're loving Mother Nature, you're loving yourself, you're loving everything around you. And I guarantee you will definitely find something that you can see is a miracle.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just the fact that you can talk, see, have internet, live, I'm sure you have a roof over your head, you have this, you have a computer or a phone, you're already so much more ahead than so many people on this planet. Oh my. It's like appreciate the little things, look at the magic of everything. The more appreciation, it's like, that vibrationally, gratitude and appreciation, it's the feeling that is already a welcoming feeling for new blessings, because when you're grateful for something, there has to be something to be grateful for, right? So the more you feel it, the more you're welcoming, you open and receptive to new blessings coming your way. Hands down, that's how it is.
Yes.
Look around, Cecile, and look at the bitter people, the wounded, and the ones that are in pain. I feel so much compassion. I mean, gosh, I have been in pain a long time, and for a long time, some people that know me, 20 years of eating disorder, whatever, and that does a lot of weird things to you, to your biochemistry, to your mind. So what place have I been into? Because I put myself there by believing that I need to be something that I was not, that I need to live by other people's standards and expectations. Or why couldn't I? Why I couldn't liberate myself at that time when I was going through it, when I was a teenager. Why? Because I didn't know better. I didn't know that the higher mind was accessible to me. Nobody taught me that. I found my answers later through intuitive guidance, to books, to podcasts, to whatever was available where I was. But nobody around me taught me anything about this higher way of thinking. Forget about it, right?
That's why I love this group. We are sharing our experiences, we are sharing what we've been through and how we changed our thoughts, how we work with the pillars,
and we rebirth it, yes.
How we rebirth it, and how our fellow Lovetarians in this group can share this knowledge. They can use it for themselves. They can share it, even when you're a mommy or a daddy, or even an auntie or your best friend. Share it with the children around you. It's so important because children need to learn. I think they definitely need, in this case, to learn that unconditional love is the answer to everything. They won't learn that at school.
Exactly. And if you give it to yourself first, everything else literally will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Because you will liberate yourself. You will make space for the light to really embody into you and speak through you. You will stop judgment, self-judgment. You will start caring about yourself. You will care about your body, your thoughts, your feelings. You will get inspired to take inspired actions, basically, bottom line. And you will start, when you feel better, everybody knows the saying that a happy woman, happy house. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, we women are, we have so many possibilities to be whatever we want. However, the fact is, and it remains, that we are the heart of the house.
Yeah.
We set a tone. I mean, majority of partnerships or marriages, that's a woman that sets a tone, right? For the whole shebang.
Yes, I believe that's true.
That's the nature of sacred feminine energy. And we are the educators, we are the teachers, the guides, the pioneers, the leaders. And thank God the divine feminine is coming into power big time through women all over the world. It's high time after guys kind of, got lost there for a moment. And it's not their fault. That's just the way that it's been orchestrated. And you can say that the energies got mutated, all mixed up, right? Because there has to be balance. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. And when it's flowing and there's no, conflict, it's beautiful. It's wonderful, right?
Also, if you love yourself unconditionally, see the magic in all the relationships you're having with your husband or your wife, with your family, with your parents, with anything. It changes. I feel now more and more, when you unconditionally love yourself, more people are attracted to you. Not physically, but I mean like your energy, your zone. They like to hang around you. They want to be in your energy. They want to learn how to share that energy. I think that's rebirthing.
But here's a question. It's like a really funny word, the whole thing. We say attraction. But in fact, when you really think about it, that all is one, we are all one energy. So in fact, I mean, actually calling it attraction, it's not really even correct. It's like you are seeing suddenly all that belongs to you at the divine level. And you start becoming more and more one with it, right?
Yes.
Because, it's so when we are born, we are perfect and divine just as we are, and then the amnesia kicks in and we're forgetting, and then later on we have this separation. When you look at small children, there is no race, no boundaries, no issues, no nothing, pure joy and happiness, right? And then all the programming starts and the separation begins. Issues with the body, issues with weight, issues with self-image, issues with confidence. But it doesn't exist. It's actually artificial. It's like Einstein said, reality is an illusion, albeit a very persistent one, because we fooled ourselves into believing that we are separate. But if we are one energy, you are one with everything at all times. You just need to take out the lenses, the blindness, and all of a sudden you're one with everything that you always have been. You're perfect just as you are. And then if you had issues with your weight, with disease, whatever, it just disappears. It starts to go into the spontaneous remission, as the doctors call it, because you have reconnected with what has been there all times, but you clean the window, so to speak, and you can see clearly now. I'm back. Right? So it's actually, we say rebirthing, because it's like a new, right? But it's there all the time. You're just shedding all those layers like onion that don't serve you and are blocking you, or you blocking yourself, because who is the creator? You are. So you're like waking up from that dream of illusion more and more and more, and rebirthing more and more and more. And the more you rebirth, the more powerful you are, the stronger you are, the more consciousness you have, the more light you have, right? And it becomes truly magical then, because it's even faster, because you don't need to spend years on thinking about it. It's like a knowing, right?
Completely agree.
And how can you do it? Through the Lovetarian way, through unconditional love, because love, unconditional love, is the nature of our divine mother, of the universe, of the energy that birthed us. So how to rebirth? Jump into the bath of Lovetarian way, right?
Unconditional love. Actually, it's based on the 4 pillars, or the 4 pillars are based on the unconditional love.
It's all one connected.
It's all one. It's connected.
Exactly. So we just want to leave it with people to sink in, because it's not a complicated concept. It's like Louise Hay always said, that she never worked with people on their issues. She only worked on one thing, self-love, because from there everything stems.
Yeah. Agreed.
If people don't believe that their financial issues are connected with the fact that they don't truly love themselves, well, think again. We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about finances and the Lovetarian way. Well, what is money? What is money, Cecilia? What is money?
To me, it's an energy.
There you go. So how is it any different than anything else?
No, nothing. It's an energy for me.
It's not good, it's not bad, it's energy that you're one with. So therefore, what's the problem? Who creates the illusion of poverty? And why would anybody be poor? Because they don't believe they can reach that energy. They have false beliefs about what money actually is. They don't allow money to come to them. They don't allow opportunity. It's like that guy on a boat that said, God will save me. The guy is drowning and God is sending one boat, second boat, third boat, and the guy is not getting on because he's like, that's not my idea of how God is going to save me. And then he goes to heaven and that's, why didn't you save me, God? What do you mean? I sent you 3 boats. So you need to release this idea of what this is going to be like. You need to just be open and present at all times and receptive, right?
Yeah, completely agree. Open, present, receptive.
I give you an example. A lot of people have this pride, right? Like, so for example, somebody doesn't have money and a friend would like to lend them money or even give them money and they say, no, I can't take it. Well, hello, you were just given a gift and you are saying no because you have an idea that it has to come to you differently. Do you know how many people I had those discussions with? No, I'm not going to take the money from that person because blah, blah, blah. And it was, most of the time, it was pride. You know, I mean, is it divine virtue pride? I'm not talking about self-respect. I'm talking about this haughtiness, that pride. I mean, we're not alone. We are part of this beautiful community of humanity. If somebody wants to help you, oh yes, thank you. I'm like the first one who is like, thank you for all the compliments I'm getting. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, more, please. I always say, thank you, more, please. So I'm very, very abundant and I love to give presents. I love to share. So if somebody wants to share with me, yes, please, more. I mean, honestly, it's one of my favorite mantras. Thank you, more, please.
Well, again, they share with love. They don't share with a negative feeling like, ha ha ha, you owe me money. No, they share with love.
Yeah, but look, we are looking from a separation point of view. If we are one, if them are us and I am them, if I'm getting something, I am giving it to myself.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, the income that I'm making with my husband. Is it my husband that is doing it or is it me? I mean, it's changing. It's us. We are one. You know, it sounds like a socialist or communist philosophy, universal income and all that. That's not what I mean, right? I believe that everybody needs to understand that they are powerful creators. They are powerful creators and they can do anything. And if somebody feels like, you know, the government wants to give you universal income and another person say, well, okay, they give you universal income, but then they will control you. Well, at the end of the day, you have to, again, ask the question like Einstein said, is it a loving universe or is it the universe that wants to? It's, again, a question of perspective. Like for me, if somebody would be giving me money, I would make sure there's no conditions on it because I don't want that. It has to be, I think that's the key also, that it has to be unconditional. So if somebody gives you money and I said, but this and this, then I'm like, thank you, no thank you. But if it's like, there you go, oh yeah, right? But if there's a condition upon it, then I would reach deep within myself and see what is in my power to do with that situation. Maybe I am powerful and I can do it by myself. I can find another way. But for sure, the fact that it's coming to me, I would take it as a good sign because it is, you know, it's coming for me and to me, right?
Yes, agree. If coming back, do you know what really helped me in the beginning when I didn't really love myself on the rebirthing process? When you told me, do you know what I would really suggest you do? Just tell yourself in the mirror, I love you.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't want to say it to myself in the mirror. So I just said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Didn't mean it. But the words were so positive. Eventually, I started to feel it. I could say it to myself in the mirror. First, I was crying. I didn't believe it. When I was looking to myself in the mirror, didn't believe it at all. Eventually, after, how do you call it? After repetition, I stopped crying because I love myself. and I look in the mirror and I can deeply and unconditionally say to myself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself just the way I am.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, for us, it is just that moment where everything just melts away. All the self-judgment, all the punishing, all the expectations, when you can truly look into your eyes and you just feel like you won with that energy.
Yeah.
That is just the bomb. That is the best.
Definitely. Do I have daily lessons of growth? Oh, yes. But I'm rebirthing every day. I keep telling myself I love myself. I keep giving myself unconditional love. And I think that's the key.
Absolutely. So I think we'll leave people today with some questions. Do you truly love yourself unconditionally?
That's a good one.
Do you? Because rebirthing on the Lovetarian Way is coming to that place when you really are one with unconditional love. You are just bathing, basking in the love and light, and everything is just beautiful and amazing. And so, by law, your life is going to become that heaven on earth, because you will have, it's like that feeling that nothing can be hostile against you, because there's no hostility within you to yourself and another, because all is one. Because you're just so filled with love that, I mean, literally nothing can harm you, nothing can come for you to hurt you. It's just impossible, because you are one with that energy. You're guided, guarded, protected, inspired. You shine, right?
So it is.
So
Amen.
it is. So that's what we want you to ask yourself. And if you need help with rebirthing, watch all the videos that we have recorded for you, because there will be algorithm of co-creation, there will be pillar 4, there will be practices of the Lovetarian Way. All of this is there for you.
Yes.
Even if we are talking for 40 minutes, sometimes we might say one thing that it will come straight into your core, and you're like, yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And you can see in the guides, everything is in sections. So you have topics, you know that what the guide will be about. So you know what video you're watching. And there are topics about the responsibility, about the golden rule, about everything's a miracle, about Lovetarian nourishment, about what the Lovetarian Way stands for, even an amazing algorithm of co-creation, the brain-heart coherence, so many lives with us about guilt, about walking, about talking, about so many amazing things. And also, if you're interested, Natalia has I think, an amazing meditation. So if you send just under this if you just send us a text or an email, or email to Natalia PH.
I'll just put it in comments under this live, Cecile. If you want the Heaven on Earth meditation, just send an email to natalia@nataliaph.com. Cecile, can you make that comment after the live?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So we are leaving you with this question. Are you truly, 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 truly loving yourself unconditionally? I think 99% of us still don't. We have moments when we do. So it's the rebirthing to that state at the end of the day. It's basically coming back to that place where we are it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. It's not that I love myself unconditionally the whole day. I rebirth multiple times a day.
Exactly. And that's infinite process, like that butterfly. And hello, nobody's judging you, nobody's timing you. There is no rush. It's a journey, and it's I would say it's as long as you want it to be, because if you are also enlightened and on top of Mount Tibet, on top of Mount Everest, to say, and like then maybe you're not going to be with us in body much longer, because you've done your work. So it's cool that you can do it for 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, but the more you feel it, the more tapped in, the more present, the more breath work you do, that will of course help you so greatly with this, the more fun it's going to be, because it is supposed to be fun.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And one last thing that Cecile is also sometimes saying, stop using the word trying. Don't say, yes, Cecile, yes, Natalia, I will try. Please do not try. Do your best. Be willing to go for it. Just do not try, because trying creates confusion within your whole being. Either you do it or you don't do it, okay?
Let's do this.
Exactly. So we leave you with this, Lovetarians. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week again. We'll talk about finances and the Lovetarian way, and share, like, go to guides. Yeah, Cecile?
Yes. And during this week, I will ask some questions. If you have struggles or if you have any questions about finances, please leave them in the comments so we can discuss and tackle your comments next week's live.
Yes. And now we're going to say bye-bye, see you later, because it's the third time we're ending this. Okay, guys, have a good one. Kisses.
Bye.
Namaste.